We at Lollipop believe inspiration can be taken from anywhere. Design can inspire many, but our inspirations can be from other designers, other designs, or from any other creative art. When we design, we make sure that our content is great because content is king. We have to make sure we have a strong content that reaches out to the masses and have a great impact. Speaking of content, what better example than the Ramayana, a show whose content has broken records of all times, 77 million in viewership. And I don't think this record can be broken anytime soon. Today, we have the pleasure of talking to Ramayana's one of the most inspirational characters, Sita. Welcome, Dipika. Ma'am, it is our pleasure to have you with us today. Thank you for accepting to have this small talk with us today.
Namaskar. Thank you. It's such a pleasure to be with you.
So, ma'am, tell me, how are you keeping yourself positive and optimistic these days? How are you spending your days?
How am I keeping myself occupied? I have a lot of work because ever since Ramayana has started, I have been on the go with press and the national press and a little bit of regional press also sometimes. And I've kind of scheduled my day in such a way that from 12 to 6, I interact with the press. Before that, I have my house chores, and in the evening, I sit with the girls and we play games. And my girls love cooking and baking, so they bake and I eat. So that's what I'm doing at this point of time.
Ma'am, Ramayana was such an epic in the times that it was aired. Such strong was its content that I remember that our weekend routines were based on the time that Ramayana was aired. And I'm sure that was the routine that everybody in the whole country or all Indians in the world followed. That was the impact of this content, which I think none of any other digital platforms or any other OTT platforms have been able to create till date. So with the insurge of so many channels, and so many options to watch from, we have Netflix, we have Prime, we have all the other OTT channels that have come in, we still have had great viewership of Ramayana. What is your view on this?
Yeah, we had a fabulous viewership, and especially after 33 years when you have a rerun of the same show, which was extremely popular even then, and then again you get that kind of viewership. I think it's fabulous. I mean, who does not like when their body of work is appreciated? And I think basically in Ramayana, I think there's a magic. I think the actors have all performed extremely well. The content is very, very strong. And I think Sagar Sab's direction is very good. The photography is very good. I think sometimes there is a magic. Like Sagar Sab always said in his interviews, कि ये मैंने बनाया नहीं है, बन गया है. So I think sometimes things just fall into place. And I think that's the magic of our serial Ramayana. And I'm very, very happy. Who's not happy with that kind of viewership? I think it's every actor's dream.
Moving on, ma'am. Ramayana has many lessons for us to learn. Would you want to discuss any one which relates to the current situation we are in, like the COVID, the lockdown?
That's a very interesting question, actually. I mean, how do you relate Ramayana to lockdown? But yes, Ramayana is extremely relevant as a story, as all the characters that were played and depicted. And you can relate to all of them at this point of time because they're all living around you, your brother, your sister, your husband. So I think it's a very relevant story written by Valmiki ji and Tulsidas ji, and of course now Ramanand Sagar has put it across to you. So what I understand, if I have to relate Ramayana to a lockdown, I would say that it was Ashok Vatika period because that's the only time when she was kidnapped and she was put in lockdown. And but anyway, I mean, it was a wonderful end. At the end of the day, Ramji comes and rescues her. So again, I think Ramayana is all about positivity. It's all about how you overcome the wrong, how you overcome the negativity, how you overcome the evil. So that's what it is, yeah.
The news these days aren't too positive, ma'am. What would you want to say to cheer up the people out there?
what is it that I would like to tell the people? I would like to tell everybody, whoever is listening to the show, and I would just tell them that be positive. Whatever happens in the world at any given point of time, it always happens for the better. I mean, we are looking at a situation where, yes, economy is suffering, but you see how the birds are chirping and how the animals are coming back into the cities. And there's been so many changes. So much money went into cleaning Ganga, but now Ganga is clean. The water can be consumed. So there are changes which are happening, possibly for the better good. So I think we just need to be positive. And I have taken this from this lockdown is that look within yourself, spend a little time with yourself, improve where you feel you need to, and just be positive. Just change your outlook to completely. I will not say to a certain extent. I would say surrender yourself to just plain positivity, and I think you will find the best results in this situation.
You are aware that the world is seeing an economic slowdown and there is much stress in business houses, small or big, especially the startups. But they all are eagerly waiting to come back with a bang. Do you have any message for them, ma'am, so that to elevate their enthusiasm?
Yeah, Kruti, I think it's a very grim situation. We are all in a lot of stress from that point of view. Economy is bad. Our businesses are all are just not functioning. So I wouldn't say it's bad because they're just not functioning. None of your factories are happening, and it's everywhere. The situation is everywhere. So I don't think startups should really worry about. In fact, they always bring up such great ideas. You have ideas like Swiggy and Zomato, and you have Uber, and all of them. They're all fantastic modules at this point of time. I think startups will do well, and I think all one needs to do when you're looking at startups is that you need to have confidence in your vision, the confidence when you started off, the confidence that I have the confidence and I am going to make it, and hard work is all that you require. So I think they're going to be fine at the end of the day. You are all going to be fine at the end of the day.
That was a very motivating talk with you, ma'am. Thank you so much for taking the time out and talking with us. I'm sure this talk is definitely going to give us some good insights into how we should stay positive and be all charged up and prepped up for the days to come.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. Thank you.